Guys, welcome to Brinker Family Farm. Today I am going to be showing you my pepper plants. I was potting them. They are looking a little bit rough. I'm hoping that they have the space now that they should start taking off. All right, enjoy. This year I started 7 varieties of peppers, and there's also an eggplant in this mix of things and some onions. I am putting them into packs of 3 to sell at a few places in the spring. And that's what I was doing, was getting my tray set up. I'm using this aluminum baking pan, to hold the 3 packs in so that when I go to water, I don't have a big mess everywhere. I had dumped in part of my soil from a bag into this old trash can that's just like a smaller size, and then I put water in it. And I wanted you to see that it's not dripping water, but when I put it together in my hand, it was able to hold its shape. Now I'm just filling up all the slots so that it's ready for me to start separating all my seedlings. I found it's just easier to go ahead and fill in all the slots with the dirt, and then as I'm going through, I'm finding any big pieces and I will pull those out and just try to make sure all the slots are filled to the same height so that the plants have the equal amount in each spot. The first pepper is a chocolate bell pepper. I'm really excited to try this one. I've heard a lot of good things. It's supposed to be a deep brown color when it's fully ripe, and when it's also that color, is going to have a little bit more sweetness to it. At this point, all I'm doing is trying to loosen up some of that extra dirt and separate them. I was trying to get about 3 or 4 in each of the 2 clumps. This one didn't have as good of a germination. There should have been 15, and I think I ended up with like 10 on this one. And right there I was showing you where one had just started to pop up, where the other ones had already had a good bit of height to them. So I was trying to just gently move them apart so that I could get the roots untangled and get them spaced out where I wanted them to be. So right there's the root system. And look how long it's starting to get from this plant. There's another one I'm going to show you in a minute that's got a really nice one right there. It does actually. Look how much more it's got to it. At this point, I was just trying to lay them out where each of the slots were going to be so that I could see. A few of them that looked were a little bit smaller, I went ahead and put 4 in a package area that should have had 3. If some of them were looking a little bit more weak, I just went ahead and did that. I decided after I dumped it out that was just too much dirt there, so that's why I was cleaning that up. When I was cleaning up the dirt, I found a little seed, so hopefully I don't end up with chocolate beauty plants in places I didn't want them to be. Alright, for up potting, it's really simple. You just get your little seedling, make a hole in about the middle of your spot for your tray, and then just put it up to about the leaves. I go just a tiny bit under it because I don't want the leaves to get buried under the dirt, and then you just kind of repeat on until you finish up using all of them. As you see, I'm pulling some from this tray and I'm putting them in the other. When I was doing these, I went ahead and separated the ones that I wanted and kept the peppers from us in one tray, and then the peppers that I wanted to sell were all going to go in another tray. And that's why there's a separation. Otherwise, it's exactly the same thing. Some other peppers I'm growing this year is a California Wonder Bell pepper. It is supposed to be 3 inches long and it's about 75 days to maturity. And another one is called Keystone Resistant Giant. This one is supposed to be about 4 by 4 inches long, and it also is a 75-day maturity. It's supposed to be really good for stuffing, grilling, or tossing up in salads, and can be bigger than a softball in size. Another bell pepper I'm doing is called Sunbright Pepper. It's a yellow one. It's also sweet, about the same day, 75 days to maturity, and it's just supposed to be really good for stuffing and soaking up flavors with whatever else you're adding to the dish. It's supposed to be a heavy yielding and fork lobed. This pepper that I'm working on now is from Baker Creek. It's called Sugar Rush Peach, and it's one of their hotter varieties. It's an exciting new heirloom bred by the hot pepper prodigy Chris Fuller of Wales. It's a long peach-colored fruit packed with loads of super sweet tropical flavor, and the seeds bring a smoky, complex heat. I got this one for Matthew. It's actually one that he picked out last year, and we tried to grow it and did not get very good success with our peppers last year. Some of it was just having Marshall, and just my seedlings didn't do as well. So we're hoping to get a good mix of peppers from them this year. This is another one I'm really excited about. It's called a Jimmy Nardello pepper. It's from an Italian family that came to America, and they named this pepper after one of their sons. His name was Jimmy. They had 11 children, and he was the most garden centered of them all. This one's supposed to be good for drying and paprika. And I want to show you, when I used them solo cups, I poked holes in the bottom for drainage. Now what I was doing before I got any farther along is I was making little popsicle sticks with the name of the peppers so that I wouldn't lose track of them. And I went ahead and wrote how many I was saving for myself just so I could help keep track. And that's why there's like times 3 or times 6, just simply for my own personal preference on keeping track of that. Now, another thing I'm doing is, because I do have children that want to help and just think that these popsicle sticks with colors are really awesome, I went ahead and wrote on this green tape what I was growing, and then I went ahead and cut it off, ripped it off, and stuck it on the inside of the tray. So you'll see in just a minute what I'm talking about. I needed like a extra precaution that I wasn't going to get the different peppers mixed up. So very simply, I made sure I matched the green popsicle stick with the green tape so I know exactly what it is. And because it's on the inside like that and sitting down in the aluminum pan, the kids can't see it, and so they don't even know it's there, and they're not going to be able to like tear that off and accidentally get my seedlings all mixed up. So at this point, I had Marshall down for a nap, and Murch had woke up, and so he was just wanting to hang out with me and watch what I was doing. I have to always remind myself that this is just a small time, a small window that my kids are going to be this little, and sometimes it's going to take me a lot longer to get my things up potted, but in the long run, having them sit there with me is way better than not getting to do anything. So we'll take the little bits each and every day that I get to work on this stuff and have them with me as a win. I really liked dumping my seeds into here and letting the seedlings grow. I just had way too many in one spot. So next year when I do it, I'll have them thinner, because as you can see on these plants, they were really craving nutrients and they had that purple coloring to them. Now that they've been up potted for about 2 weeks, they are looking much better and not so much purple. Thanks for watching, and until next time, grow something beautiful. Mars.